Welcome to the Not So Round Table, by the way. We're joined today by Jonathan Higgs from Airsoftology. It's so rare.
Rare.
That we get to
like
see.
a rare Pepe rare?
Yeah,
or
it's pretty rare.
That rare?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a cool pink center.
Like a cool pink center. Rare.
Yeah.
I guess that would be rare as cool pink center. Actually,
Right?
it'd be...
Or medium rare is warm pink center.
Right. And then rare would be cool pink center. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go with it.
Yeah. Not
Sure.
bloody. We're not in the
bloody.
blue
Yeah.
range,
We're
right.
not. Yeah. We're not to like maybe still mooing, still walking around
Yeah.
the pasture level. We're cool, rare, nice little brown on the outside.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
So George is off taking some family time, so we thought we would bring Jonathan over all the way from Taiwan just to hang out with us
Meow.
and make George very jealous.
Yep. Exactly.
All right, so the way NSRT works is our guest usually pulls the first question. These questions were submitted by you guys in previous Not So Round Table videos. So the Helm of Reason is ready to go. It's a nice helmet.
Is that real?
No.
It almost feels real. Anyway, sorry, I digress. All right,
You know what?
What? It looks
It
kind
might be.
of. I know. It looks kind of. I don't know. It's a good replica. Otherwise,
Let's
All right.
shoot it.
Yeah, let's shoot it.
Well, I'll wear it. You shoot at it. We'll test.
Is that real? This is probably not the real guy. Sniper Buddy Fabi writes. Probably not the one that Navrich, Sniper Buddy Fabi. Maybe? I don't know.
think so.
Maybe, who knows? It's YouTube, right? You can have your own screen name, right? Hey, Insert, can you just HPA tap any gas blowback pistol, or do you need to do any other modifications? And yes, I totally read that like I read my Mondays video.
Yeah, I mean, that's we all kind of have like a
The voice.
like a set voice for reading.
We
things.
did, I just realized I was like, I totally read that like I do my Mondays. So,
Thoughts?
yes. I mean, I think really there's a couple different threads that you need. So as long as you have the right adapter and it'll fit the right thread, that take out the gas fill valve, put the adapter in, should work as long as you can get to the valve. I don't think some pistols aren't. Off the top of my head, the FNX 45, because the valve is on the back of the magazine. So when you put it in the grip, you can't access it.
But you can drill and tap the base plate.
You always could do that.
It just work.
Yeah, it's just a little bit more work, to drill and thread and do all that. So as long as you can have access to the fill valve unless you want to do some like machining modifications, yeah, I mean, pretty much that's it.
I'm going to agree with one caveat. Because HPA is has the potential to have a much higher pressure than green gas, I would say that it is better to start with a gas blowback pistol that is designed to operate with CO2. Not necessarily with a CO2 magazine, but one that has been built to handle the pressures of CO2.
But couldn't you just regulate it down anyway?
You could.
I mean, that's the thing. You just dial the regulator back to, green gas is what, 115 plus or minus 5 at 72 degrees centigrade. So 26 centigrade, 72 Fahrenheit. So yeah, you should be able to just like 115, 120 and be all right.
I'm just coming at it from like, there'll be that one time when something gets bumped and your slide smacks off the back of your pistol. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I think that lubrication, there's maintenance involved because you're dealing with a dry compressed air at this point, and typically a much more dirty air because it's filled, unless you take it to a scuba shop and get it filled there. Or here?
Yeah, we fill tanks.
But you got a scuba setup, right?
No, we have an actual, air purifier and compressor.
Right, yeah, you see like the scuba level one.
Where
they purify the air. Yeah. Some places just have like a standard,
compressor,
box compressor, right? And then you're like, maybe. Yeah. But if you have the scuba setup, it's filtered and everything. That's good to go. Yeah.
Maybe it's two little lever things.
All the levers.
I managed to break it the first day. The
Why
belt came off the pulley of the compressor. I don't know what happened.
Did you break it? You seem like the kind of guy that breaks everything.
Lauren was just like, "Hey, I need help aligning this pulley," and I was like, "Cool, no problem." I'm like jerking around with it. We stripped like 3 belts.
Don't you work on your car?
When they work.
How many cars do you have and how many cars do you have that function? Let me take this back. What's the ratio of functional to non-functional vehicles that you own?
Right now.
We need to start the sentence with right now.
So right now, 2 of my 3 vehicles are running well. The third has almost never run because it's one that I inherited. It's a 61 Chevy Apache, fleet side, long bed, small window, 3 on the tree, 283 truck. It's just an old farm truck.
Yeah.
So that's never run. So my 2 cars that are drivable are both driving.
So you're still 66% ratio here.
Yeah.
But in school, it's still a failing grade.
Hey, man. They're both running well. All right.
Define well. Never mind. Let's move on.
Yeah. Well, I just noticed the M3 is like leaking power steering fluid. So.
Oh, wait. So the M3 is leaking power steering fluid.
Yeah, but it runs. All right. Ethan Ediger asks, "Hey, Insert. I'm an airsofter from Central Washington, and I'm wanting to start a field here because there are a lot of people who play. There isn't an actual field within a 200-mile radius. How should I go about doing that?"
From someone who lived in Portland, Oregon, I know exactly. I mean, Washington is so slim on airsoft shops. Like, it really is like an airsoft desert. I mean, there are some there, don't get me wrong, but there's just not much. Golly, to get started, I mean...
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot. To start a field. I mean, just like, so basically, anytime you have any sort of a problem, it's best to lay out just kind of like a step-by-step game plan to accomplish it, right? So you look at the overall problem. You're like, okay, well, I want to start a field, okay? So first things first, in order to have a field, you need to have a field, whether that's indoor or outdoor. So you'll need to get some sort of property. Whether you choose to rent it or purchase it, you'll need to have a property on which to play airsoft. And then, any tenant improvements you want to do to that property, that is going to cost money, and then you may, if you intend to do it for profit, you'll need to start a business or LLC, so that you can run a business and have people on that property. And then, of course, as many airsoft fields discover, insurance is a thing, and insurance for having people shoot at each other on your property is very high.
Can like three companies that do
here in America,
airsoft / paintball insurance, really, and then in the United States. Then you make sure you're zoned right.
Right.
That's going to be your biggest challenge. I mean, you can have a field and have everything, and you can buy your land, and then all of a sudden your local or county comes in and is like, nope, you're not zoned for recreational entertainment, and they can just pull it out from underneath you. So a lot of planning. I say step one before you, take the small bites before you take the big bite is start visiting other fields. Travel. Get your budget. Get on a plane. Go and visit fields you would like to replicate.
Oh, yeah.
And talk to them ahead of time, ask to speak with the owner, get some feedback, and just go to who is doing it successfully and ask them. I think that's your best bet because we can sit here and tell you, well, hey, like Matt said, land all the basics. We can do a checklist for you. But there's so much small things that it's way better to go and talk to these people. So people are doing, if it's indoor, go to indoor fields. If outdoor, go to outdoor. I think that's good.
We need more indoor fields.
No, we do. They're so expensive to open, though.
They are. They are. Then you have to and then everything that I've laid out, plus all the stuff once you open, it's just like putting together a rental fleet. Having refreshments and charging stations and all that stuff. It's nuts. I would never want to open a field.
All right, Danish Psycho Boy. I love reading people's names. Danish Psycho Boy, right?
You get cool ones. I got someone's regular name.
Really?
Ethan Ediger.
So, I still want to know if that's really Sniper Buddy 5 or not. Danish Psycho Boy writes, Dear Insert, I have 2 questions. One, we got 2? So we do 1 or 2?
We can do 2.
We want to do 2? Well, we'll start with 1.
All right.
If you could have an airsoft game with any music video and or song, which one would you choose?
What?
So basically, if you could have an airsoft game within any music video and or song, which one would you... I'm reading exactly as it's written. So I'm thinking if... maybe your favorite song to listen when you play? I'm going to go with that. Because otherwise it'd be music video and you could play in the music video? I don't think so. Okay. Are music videos still a thing?
Or maybe a music video to play alongside when you're playing?
Right. I'll have a playlist, right?
Or if you could make an airsoft match into a music video for your favorite song.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll tell you, first off, nothing from AWOL Nation. Nothing from... let's see. Don't use Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. Don't you? All the cliche songs. Yeah. Get rid of those. Just put them in the trash can. I would go polar opposite and probably do Perfect Day. Who is it? Lou Reed? Is it Lou Reed? I'm about to look it up.
How does it go?
It's on.
No. Hum it.
No, I'm not going to hum it. I got to look it up. Hey, come on. Wait a minute. I got to find this. Hang on. I'll find it. I'm going to wait. So we got to fill the void here.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what I would go with. I've got 2 choices. All right. First choice would be A Perfect Circle. It's Lou Reed.
Oh, yes.
You got to play the song.
No, I got to play it. Then you'll get flagged.
Yeah. We
Stop it before we get flagged. All right,
Anyway.
that would be totally cool because it's so opposite of what you think.
But you got to get to like it's the exact opposite of what you think.
Okay.
Somebody's used it in an action scene before.
Really?
Yeah, I forget what it was, but somebody's absolutely used it in an action scene before. I was like, oh, this is so perfect.
Is it that movie where Clive Owen's like pushing a carrot into somebody's head?
Oh, what was that called? Oh, yeah.
Shoot 'em up.
Shoot 'em up.
Was it
Yes.
Shoot 'em up?
Such a great, maybe.
No, it seems.
Because once he breaks into the chorus,
yeah.
he's like, it's such a perfect, and it's just, I want to spend it with you. It's just so counter opposite. I told you I can't sing.
No,
it's like
that's
counter to everything you would want. It's super slow, and I could just see you destroying people to this like
super
total
calming.
like
Yeah.
calm zen.
Okay. I kind of went cliche with.
So you went perfect circle?
I would go perfect circles, counting bodies like sheep.
Really?
Yeah.
So going like you're just going like straight in.
Like it's super intense. You want me to play that? Just
Play
the
it.
first. Okay.
Let's play it.
So,
Let's
and
just
then-
go ahead.
so- and then-
We're just gonna get. So welcome
then-
to the last insert, guys. We're gonna get kicked off YouTube at this point.
So and then first alternate would be counting stars, or no, shooting star by Bag Raiders. That's all stuck in your heads. All right. And if you could have any airsoft replica of a real firearm that does not have one, which one would you pick?
It's not been done. It's like everything's been
Just
done.
about everything's been done.
It's
I'm
really-
excited for one that is coming out. Shameless plug. The Hudson H9. Only because I think it's a fantastic pistol in the real world, because it kind of solves the time tested conundrum of like, oh, I like my striker fired pistol, but I like my 1911 grip, right? So it's like, okay, well, here's one that does both. You know, it's something that has the trigger pull of a 1911.
Why not both?
Right, but exactly.
Why not both?
But it remains to be seen whether that will actually work for airsoft, because as you know, pistols like the Glock and other striker fired pistols, that hammer spring wears out because it's a clock spring, and you just can't fix
They're
that
so
issue.
hard to replace that
Right.
hammer spring. Oh,
So
I hate doing those.
And I'd almost rather, like, counterintuitive, but I'd almost rather have an internal hammer, like basically a 1911 with just an extended beaver tail, right? So that just covers the hammer. And then you can use all of the standard 1911 hammer sear and hammer spring, and you still get the hammerless look. But
Couldn't you just
without
shave the hammer, kind of like on a lot of the carry pistols, like an LCP or something like that?
Well, you wouldn't want it to, because the H9 doesn't have a hammer that
Yeah, true.
you would see. So it'd still have to be internal.
Be there, but internal. So maybe, like you said, extended beaver tail. So the back
Yeah.
kind of goes over here.
Yeah. So in essence, it's still doing, because the bottom of it's almost a 1911 grip. So in essence, what you're doing is basically what the Glock does anyway, except that instead of using that rotating spring with that tiny little hammer, you're just using the spring that pushes up the hammer from a 1911 design.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Good work.
Yeah,
Matt
so
went all
that'd be
engineering on us. Great. I'm going to go with, I've got two. Number one, the Sphinx pistol.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like no one's done it, and I'd just love to see a Sphinx.
Ryan's such a Sphinx hater.
Oh, yeah.
He thinks it's overpriced.
So,
He's like, oh, it's just a CZ.
I know. By the way, Ryan's right there behind. I have a Glock too. I own a Glock. But I think that, and then I think it's the Mark 13. Is that what it is? I'm going to have to look it up too. I'm going to see.
What is that?
Off camera. It's the new sniper rifle that's replacing the M40. They're just type in Mark 13 Mod 7 and you'll find it on. It's like going to be replacing the M70 or the M40. God, in my brain. All the numbers wrong. So it's kind of like a Remington-esque looking.
That's dorky looking.
It's cool looking. So anyway, you'll look it up.
Got it.
It's kind of cool.
All right. Want to do another one?
Let's do it. Let's go all in.
Okay.
Super long episode.
Luke Roderick. I get
Wait,
another.
is it my
I just
turn?
get
It's
another
my turn.
Wait,
you just read the last one. I want to read it.
Oh, okay. Sorry. That's right. I read the second part of your question. I'm sorry.
Such a
I jumped
jerk.
the gun.
Freaking question hog. See, I get a real name now.
Yeah.
So Luke Roderick, right? I have a question. In a version 2 Gearbox, is it okay if I just replace the spur gear for more torque, or should I replace the entire gear set?
Oh man, I can see Ryan. The gears are turning in Ryan's head, and he's going to disagree.
I see what you did there.
He's going to disagree with anything I have to say anyway, because he knows more than I do.
Yes, you can.
Yes. Although it is better to replace the whole set at once. But yes, you can.
Ryan!
Yes, no, sort of. Yes, no, maybe. Can you repeat the question? It doesn't necessarily work because it depends on the spacing on your sector. You can change. Certain spur gears are interchangeable, and you might be able to change your torque ratio that way. But just change the whole set.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have a mesh issue somewhere. Like,
And then why are you going to buy? Were you going to buy just a spur gear?
anyway.
Yeah, they're all sold as sets. But yeah, I mean, short version is you can, but
you'd have to find like the perfect fit though. You'd have to find the one that actually meshes with your, because it depends on how many teeth your bevel has and then how many teeth your sector has. So you'd have to find one, but between those two ratios of gears, because like the sector gear ratio changes sometimes too. Like for high speed, it gets like way small. So if you already have like a smaller, sector gear mesh with your spur, then they're not going to fit if you try and put in your, smaller torquey spur gear.
And for you not super techie guys out there, the 3 gears have 3 gears. The 3 gears inside of a mech box, I can count, have different names. Sector gear is the one that touches the piston, that pulls it back, meaning only one sector of it has teeth in a certain part, one of the 2 portions. The spur gear is the middle gear, the one that sits in the very bottom of your mech box. It's the larger one kind of in the bottom, in the middle, and then the bevel gear is the one where your motor touches, is toward the bottom. So those are the 3 names of the gears. For those of you out there,
gear?
Spur, sector.
No.
Well, that's the
Bevel
motor.
gear.
Bevel gear. Because it's
There's
beveled.
4
it's
gears
beveled.
in the gearbox.
Well, there's 4 if you want to count the one on the motor, which actually technically is not part of the gearbox.
It's in the gearbox.
No, it's not.
It is. It's sticking up into the gearbox.
But that's only if the motor's installed. If the motor's out of it, is it really in the gearbox?
On version 3 it is.
It's a
but
that's in a motor
caged.
cage. It's caged. So is it Schrodinger?
The cage is screwed into the gearbox.
Is it Schrodinger's
Schrodinger's
motor?
gearbox? if there is a pinion
Cat's
gear
dead.
and you cannot see it, is it
Cat's
dead?
still dead.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yep.
So there's your answer on all that. So yes, but why?
Yes, no, maybe.
Yeah. The answer is-
Consult Valley River Arms on Instagram for any tech questions that you have. One word, Valley River Arms. Or write us an email to our tech department. We've got techs ready to answer your questions and give you guidance and advice.
What's
and
a business answer? My answer is this. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Not So Round Table. Jonathan, thank you for joining us once again, man.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to see you.
Jet lag and all.
And we're going to keep doing this, so make sure you tune in next week because we're going to do a part 2.
I'm back, but it'll be in the past. Or is it the future, since we're going to record it?
I mean, we could change shirts to make it feel like it's different.
Do you just want to swap shirts? That could be like really...
Comment below. Just kidding. We'll see you guys next time.